Hey, sorry for interrupting.
It working the way I want it to. Alrighty. We'll just go ahead and jump on into it. We got a long stream today anyhow. Currently like 4:17 in the afternoon. I've been up all night, haven't been able to sleep, so I figured I'd do a video. I've been wanting to do one for quite some time now. Finally caved and did it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this music off as well. I will go ahead and let you guys know before we even jump on into this that this is a test run type deal. I know whenever this does go onto YouTube, whenever it does finally become available to watch at all times, I do know that it's not going to be the best quality because I have not sat down and actually thoroughly updated and checked everything. I still have some things that are still connected to my Twitch channel. Let me go ahead and enlarge my face. I know you guys don't want to see that big of my face, but gonna do this, but yeah, this is basically just a trial run for the end of the year, kind of just to get a feel for how YouTube will work. If YouTube doesn't end up working, then I will probably go back to Twitch and then do what I was doing, posting on Twitch and then uploading it to YouTube like later on. And I am seeing that we are having a lot of issues with running this. So that being said, this might not be a permanent thing. So if you are on YouTube and you don't have a Twitch channel, this is probably the one and only time that you will get first glance at a video of mine, because for some odd reason OBS does not like me. So but anywho, welcome back, you guys. Rockin' Gamer here. I have been a YouTuber since 2020, so roughly 4 years. Currently quit YouTube, quit Twitch, quit streaming altogether, due to some mental health reasons and some physical health reasons, and just reasons in general that you guys don't want to sit here and listen to me ramble on about. But I was laying in the bed and couldn't sleep, obviously, and I was like, you know what, I have been craving I've been craving to do a video. And Magical Anna, Raven, all those people over on Twitch, you were right. It does catch up to you after a while, not doing videos and having stuff to showcase and having stuff to play and things to do, and it eventually catches back up to you and you're like, damn, I really want to do a video. So that's why I'm here today. I finally caved. I finally dropped the hammer. I will be going back and possibly deleting my previous video that I did. Basically just explaining to you guys why I'm quitting YouTube, why I'm quitting Twitch, why I'm quitting streaming altogether. I'm going to go back and delete that. And we're going to slowly drift into a new channel. It might take me a little bit. So this might be like one of the first you'll see. But you will eventually start to see more and more and more progress as we get closer into transferring from strictly games into hauls, into physical media, because I finally caved, and I've been collecting, which you'll see in the video today, this is going to be a long video. So grab a drink, grab some popcorn, get settled in. You don't have to watch the whole thing. I know it's going to be lengthy, I know it's going to be boring, but this is a trial run, so you don't have to stay, you don't have to comment, you don't have to do any of that. I'm actually not going to be paying attention to the comments this stream, so if you comment, I'm not even going to listen to it. I'm actually probably going to like pull that to the side and completely ignore it, but yes, we are going to slowly transfer into physical media, being comics, movies. We're still going to showcase games if we do purchase them physically. We will showcase like the casing and everything, but other than that, we may or may not game. It might be like an every once in a while thing, but it won't be an every single day thing. And the reason for that is because I was playing games over on Twitch, and it just got to the point that I was having to monitor the chat. I was having to monitor the game, and it just became this, you know, back and forth game of cat and mouse, and it was too much, honestly. It was too much to keep up with. My ADHD brain is like squirrel, and then it's off in the distance. So yes, so we will be covering physical media, collectibles, movies, games, comics, books, possibly. My sister and my wife are trying to get me into books, which is not going good. I'm supposed to be reading Psycho. I was actually supposed to read Psycho in October, and I never. But anywho, I think stream keeps going in and out, and I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, we're transferring into so that's pretty much what the channel's gonna be. It's gonna be me doing unboxings, mail calls, stuff like that. So, we got a big one today. I don't think I ever covered on the channel. I don't think I ever covered a McKay's run. I may or may not have in the past. I will go back and check. Don't quote me on that. But that's pretty much what we're going to do today. I did another pretty big haul. Me and my wife and my mom went to my semi-local McKay's, which is like 2 hours away from me. We went to McKay's and did a run. But I also threw in a couple of other things I thought was cool that I kind of want to add for the end of the year stream. So you will see things from other places, but majority of this stuff is from McKay's. So do keep that in mind. Most of it does have prices on it, so I will say prices as we go along. If you want to add it up, that's fine. But I will go and tell you guys, we ended up taking a box full of stuff for trade. It was a mix of CDs, books, movies, games. It was just a big box, just full of different things, collectibles, toys, things like that. Things that we just don't need or want anymore to make space for this stuff. And it ended up being a pretty good penny for that big box. So we pretty much traded that in and then turned around and got exactly what we traded in for. So a lot of this stuff you will add up and you will start to see, holy shit, like that's a lot. But do keep in mind we did trade, so most of this we pretty much just made up. So not too crazy. But we're going to go ahead and jump on into it. Like I said, this is going to be a long stream, so if you do enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment what your favorite item is out of this haul. Like I said, there is a lot of things to look forward to, so grab your drinks, grab your popcorn, go ahead and start doing. I am going to go ahead and start doing the things that I didn't get at McKay's. So we did go to the flea market, we did go to Barnes, Books A Million, Hot Topic, and Mr. K's. We didn't really get a lot of things at Mr. K's. I only got like one thing, and my wife got one thing. But I'm going to cover all the things that I didn't get and then go to there. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and knock the Funko Pops out. First off, we got a Ghostface Valentine's Funko Pop. As you can see on my bookshelf, I have overrun myself with Funko Pops. And I don't have the space for them now, but they keep dropping good ones. There is supposed to be a new run of Killer Clowns Valentine's Day ones coming out, so oh boy. But here's the Ghostface one. I really like the colors on this, even though it's pink and red. I think it's cute. I think it's cool. So I went ahead and picked that up. Got that at my local Barnes, Books A Million, actually. Books A Million. $13. So, not too shabby. Let me figure out how I'm going to set these up here, because I will have to put my movies somewhere else. Alright. Next up, we've got a Hot Topic exclusive. We actually got two Hot Topic exclusives. This one is the Advanced Suit 2.0 Symbiote Takeover from Spider-Man 2 The Game. I was really looking forward to this pop. They did not announce it on their Instagram. And I casually walked in the other day and they had it, so I went ahead and picked it up. I was really anticipating this pop, actually. I really loved Spider-Man 2, and we also have another Spider-Man 2 item in this haul. And I will show you guys that here in a little bit, but really love the game, and I really love this Funko Pop. It's the Venom Takeover, which is really cool. I would take these out of the box, but it would take up time and don't really want to do it, but it is a pretty good, decent sized pop with the tendrils and everything. But Spider-Man 2. And then we've got the latest one, a Hot Topic exclusive, Beetlejuice in snake form. Now, I do not like snakes. I am have an irrational fear of snakes, but I do like this Beetlejuice pop. This is really cool, and from what I've seen, what I've read, this is actually the first edition of this kind of pop. So, got the Beetlejuice. Alright. Let me go ahead and knock this out. I got these I don't know if you guys heard me. I got these at the flea market. I'm going to go ahead and knock this one out since I just got done talking about Spider-Man. Finally, after a year of looking, searching, going all over the galaxy, checking, where did I check? I think I checked, not Radio Shack, what's that other one? Verizon, I checked Best Buy, Target, Walmart, checked Amazon, the official website for PlayStation. I checked everywhere last year, and it was sold out just like that. I did see one at my local game store for almost $200 sealed, and I was like, absolutely not. So a year goes by, and a couple days ago we were at the flea market, and one of my vendors ended up having this for $100. Now, it was opened and the box is a little bit damaged, but for $100 I was finally able to snag the limited edition Spider-Man 2 PlayStation 5 controller. Now, a lot of people are gonna ask in the comments probably like, oh, what's the big deal? Like, oh, it's just another controller, it's just Spider-Man 2. This is a really, really limited edition controller. This one sold out like hotcakes really quickly, and was not able to grab one. Like I said, there is a lot of damage to this box. They pretty much ripped it to shreds, but the controller works. It looks pristine. Limited edition controller works for $100. Couldn't beat it. So went ahead and picked that up. That's probably one of my favorite items of this year, honestly, because I was looking for it for such a long time, and whenever I finally found it, it made me happy. It made me happy. Now, I did debate on it, and my wife looked at me and was like, you have been looking for that for a year, and $100 compared to the eBay prices. She was like, go ahead and get it, so I got it. The other thing that I did get at my flea market, sorry, is The Boy 2. This is our first movie. Now, the slipcover is beat up. It is in horrible condition. I could have bought this anywhere else in such better condition, but I watched the first one, loved it, and I wanted to watch the second one, and one of the movie people at my flea market actually had, oh, this just flew out at me, actually had this for $3. So I was like, you know what, a Blu-ray, the discs look clean, it's just the slipcover that's, damaged. I was like, $3 can't beat it. Went to pay him and he only said $2. So, got The Boy 2 for $2. Alright. Two more things, that's not McKay's, and then the rest is McKay's. I did pick this up yesterday. We got The Last Video Store. I've been anticipating this movie, been really excited for it, and I was able to find it. So, went ahead and picked that up. The back. Now, in this video, what I'm going to do to make things like speed up is I'm just going to showcase things at a minimum. But if the channel does go somewhere and you guys do enjoy these types of videos, and you do enjoy the hauls and the physical media showcasings, then I will do deep dives into these movies, games, etc. And then we will go further and talk about like behind the scenes stuff like that, what comes with these, because a lot of the arrows, because I am looking more and more into boutique labels. And I will tell you, most boutique labels have art cards, posters, booklets, things that you would like to see. So if the channel does go somewhere, we might view this one and do an unboxing of it and give my thoughts and opinions. So, Last Video Store. And then, last but not least, at my Mr. K's, my local Mr. K's, I went ahead and picked up the Terminator Anthology. Now, I do know, okay, I do know that this one did get a 4K release just recently, I think November, maybe early December. No, I think it was November. We're gonna say November. So I do know that Terminator got a 4K. I've never seen Terminator. I will get a lot of shit for that, and I understand that. But I've never seen Terminator, and what better way to start than this box set right here? And it's so sick because you take this out, and that's what the front of it looks like, back of it looks like, and it has the first 4 movies for $15, so on Blu-ray. Now I did have all these on DVD, like the whole entire collection on DVD, but I did trade them in because we went the day before we went to McKay's, and I found this, so I was like, I don't need the DVD and the Blu-ray, so I ended up just going ahead and picking up this, which I'm happy with. And you will see, since this one has 4, I did pick up, I think, Genesis, so now all I need is Dark Fate on Blu-ray. So, you know, something for now, until I upgraded the 4K. Alrighty, now, next up is McKay's. Now this is big haul, so once again, strap in, get your drinks, get your popcorn, get your snacks, because this will take up the rest of the video. So, let me go ahead and knock out first item. We got a Funko Pop. Go ahead and knock it out. This is the spider head from The Thing. This is a Funko Fusion release, and this is a Funko exclusive. So, I do have the Blair Monster, and I do have McCready, but when I saw this on the shelf, I didn't care the price. Once again, McKay's, that trade pretty much equaled out, so when I saw this, I had to grab it. I beelined for it and almost knocked a kid out, I kid you not. And then that kid was like eyeballing me the rest of the time, which understandable. You know, somebody darted in front of me and grabbed something off the shelf with excitement. I'd be like, "Are you good?" But I did play this game. This game is really fun. A lot of people are hating on it and crapping on it because they're like, "Oh, it's repetitive," and yeah, it's repetitive, but it is a fun game. But I like The Thing, so when I saw this got a release, I was like, The Thing is probably one of my top 10 movies of all time by John Carpenter, so I had to get this. Alright, that's all the Funko Pops. If you're here for Funkos, leave. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go ahead and knock out CDs next. Oh, I paid $15 for that. I forgot prices, but next up, we've got Ghostbusters soundtrack. For those who know me, big soundtrack guy. Since I'm a movie guy, I'm a big soundtrack guy, so I like collecting soundtracks. And McKay's has a really good selection of soundtracks. So, whenever I found this, I was like, oh, I gotta get it. And my wife was like, you already have Ghostbusters soundtrack. And I was like, you're not wrong. So I was about to put this down, and I got to thinking, this is the 2016 Ghostbusters, which I don't have. Now I do not like the 2016 Ghostbusters. Not because they're women. Just clarifying that. But simply because it didn't work for me. It was way too cheesy compared to the original, which I get the original is cheesy, and I get the original is comedic, but this was just, it felt like it was making fun of Ghostbusters, if that makes sense. Like, this was pretty much, to me, the equivalent of Scary Movie to the horror movies. Like, they did it because they were like, oh, we want to do this new take, but in reality, it felt like they were just making fun of the Ghostbusters. So, to me, 2016 Ghostbusters was not a remake to me. It was more of a parody of the original Ghostbusters. But, regardless, the soundtrack was pretty good from what I remember, and I only paid $10 for this, for a soundtrack, so I went ahead and picked it up. There's the back. Now, there is a lot of glare, but like I said, later videos, we will do unboxings for these. Ooh, I kind of like that more, actually. Let me know, you guys. Do you like the light on, or do you like this? Let me know in the comments. But, let's see if that works. A little bit. There's not as much of a glare. You guys get to see my ugly face twice. How about that? There's that. Enough of that. Next up, we've got Inglourious Basterds soundtrack. I have not watched this movie. I really want to. Was not able to find it at McKay's or Mr. K's, but I did see it was on Amazon Prime, and even though I'm strictly against streaming platforms, I am going to watch it on Amazon Prime, and hopefully I'll like it. If not, at least I viewed it. But we got the Inglourious Basterds soundtrack. I only paid $7 for this one, which is too crazy. But, really excited to dive into this movie, actually. This has, like, Eli Roth and a couple of other dudes. I don't know. I thought that was gonna work, but it is not wanting to pick up. Come on. Do I have to? Oh, I have to really get in there. There you go. But yeah, I haven't watched this movie, but I am excited for it. So, like I said, it's got Eli Roth. I think that's Brad Pitt as well. So, Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, Mike Myers is in that movie. I have to watch it now. I have to watch it now. It's got Mike Myers. I'll see if I can see anybody else in here that I recognize, but I don't see anybody else. Huh. But, yeah. Which, Quentin Tarantino makes some really good films. Oh. Next up, we've got the real blockbusters. This is REEL blockbusters. I got this simply for the fact that I like soundtracks in general, but because these are like classic songs or themes from classic movies. So I went ahead and picked this up. I really have to get it like in there. Is it just my camera being really shitty, or like, the heck, dude? There we go. Damn. Oh, and you will find out that this is not entirely made for kids, because we will talk about certain topics and subjects and stuff. But I will put in the title and in the description if it's not made for kids. This one I made not made for kids because I like to cuss a lot, which I'm trying to tone down, but also because there are some movies in here that, but real blockbusters. Next up, we've got, and I don't know how much I paid for that one. I think it was like $5. Nothing too. Next up, I guess it'd make more sense to do it this way. Next up, we got Batman Begins soundtrack for $10. Now, there was a running theme with this haul compared to my other McKay, or this run compared to my other McKay's runs. And you will find that out here soon enough, because after I get done with soundtracks, I'm gonna knock out vinyls. I was able to find 1 and 2 of this and something else I'm about to talk about, but I couldn't find the third one. So, I don't know if maybe the third one's hard to find or what, but the next, we've got The Dark Knight. That was Dark Knight Begins. This is The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger's Joker for $10. Had to have this. I mean, this one was scratched pretty bad, but I was determined to bring it home and check it out, and I was not disappointed. I got home, put it in my record player, or put it in my, my Victrola, and it worked. There was no skips or anything, so this was a perfect purchase. So. But next up, we're gonna get into this because I want to talk more about this. But let me get some water really quick. Because this bothered me. So, I was able to find Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. Couldn't find The Dark Knight Rises. Well, I get over to vinyls, and I find, which I'm going to do a deep dive into these eventually, because these are really sick. The design on these are phenomenal. I don't know where the person got these, but holy crap, I was lucky to find these things. Never seen the movies. I actually just purchased them, which you will see here in a little bit. But I was able to find Split and Unbreakable, but I couldn't find Glass. So we got these two. Got Split. And once again, only paid, I think, 20. Yeah, I only paid 20 for each of these, which isn't bad for vinyls. Okay, I know that's really blurry, but there's like no other way for me to there's no other way for me to do it, but I really love the design on these. James McAvoy. And then the inside is really cool too, but I'm not gonna do a deep. But there's the Split one, and then we've got Unbreakable. I forgot this dude's name. Bruce Willis. Why in the... Never mind. I'm not even gonna ask. Why in the world could I not remember Bruce Willis's name? But here's Unbreakable. M. Night Shyamalan movie, which he makes really good movies as well, just like Quentin Tarantino. My favorite M. Night Shyamalan recent movie is probably Trap. Probably get a lot of hate for that, but it's true. Unbreakable. And then last but not least, in the vinyl section, right before I was about to leave, came across Pet Sematary. Now, even though this is the remake, paid $20. It's in perfect condition, doesn't skip, and it is a really gorgeous vinyl. So, had to pick that up, obviously. Because why not? And whoever had these before me actually put them in protectors, and they actually took really good care of them. So whoever donated those, I'm gonna go back to this because that's like right in my eyes. So, all right, next up we got some Fangorias and 2 Crow comics. So we're just gonna quickly run through these. We got Crow, Dead Time, Midnight Legends. Paid $9 for this. Be a hell of a time getting that sticker off there. We will get it eventually. We got The Crow, Memento Mori. Now these are trade paperbacks. I paid $6.50 for this one, so $7. Couldn't tell, big Crow fan. Crow is actually my #1 movie of all time. It will never change. Now, not the remake. The remake sucked, but we won't get into that today because that's a different topic for a different day. I just recently picked up my Terrifier 3 Fangoria from Barnes & Noble, and I went through it, and I was like, damn, I've been missing out on Fangoria. So I am going to try to start collecting Fangorias now, and what better way to start off than a Nicolas Cage Master of Horror Fangoria. Now, these are 8 apiece, except for, I think, maybe 1 or 2. We've got Working with the Weeknd, which is The Weeknd. Which I need to watch his music videos. I know he did a house for Halloween Horror Nights, but I never knew he was like horror. And my wife was like, yeah, his music videos are pretty disturbing. And I'm like, ooh. So I'll have to check those out eventually. But I do like The Weeknd. It makes good music, but I've just never watched the music videos. So next up, we got Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 Fangoria. It's again $8. $8. We've got, oh holy shit, It's a Wonderful Knife. $8. Now this is a recent one. I guess somebody didn't want it, you know, this one, but $8 for a recent. I do know that much. Then we got Resident Evil Afterlife 3D Fangoria. I'm not gonna say Fangoria again. You guys know. You see it. Big bold letters. This one was $6. I think it's because it's thinner. It's an older one. Not a lot of people like Resident Evil. the franchise, which I find weird because I like Resident Evil franchise, but that's just me. And then The Night She Came Home, Halloween Ends, god awful movie, but I just wanted the Fangoria again. Oops. I just wanted this just to have it in my collection. There's some Hellraiser in here along with some other things, so yeah. You're not just getting Halloween Ends, you're getting other movies as well with these magazines. Nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy. Alright, let me go ahead and throw my soundtracks on the shelf. And let's go ahead and get on into the movies now. Got a lot of movies to cover, so bear with me. Once again, I will do deeper dives into these later on, but for right now, skim through them. We got limited edition. I only paid $30 for this, which at the time I was like, that's expensive. But I got home, opened it, looked at it, and holy crap, yeah. We got Jurassic Park, limited edition, 25th anniversary box set. This goes all the way up to Jurassic World, but unfortunately it does not have Fallen Kingdom. So, you know what? No, we'll do a deep dive. Let's do a deep dive. There's the front, there's the back, same as the other, but got some pictures here. Each one does have a 4K and a Blu-ray, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Double check that. Doesn't sound right. Yeah, I think well, yeah. And then I think the Blu-ray has the bonus features on it. And then there's Jurassic World. So yeah. So each one has a 4K disc. And then the Blu-ray has the bonus feature. Yeah. So, not too bad. $30. I was going to pass it up, but I'm glad I didn't. It's actually a really cool addition to this movie. That one. Next up, we've got a Arrow release, $28. I have not seen this movie yet. A lot of these movies I have not seen. That's actually why I bought them. And I know a lot of people is going to be like, well, why are you buying things you haven't seen? I'm a collector. It's what I do. If you were to just see my list that I have in my wallet, this is not even half of the movies that I have to get to watch. So, that's not including like comedies, war movies, biography, like all the way across the board. But $28, we got The Bird with the crystal plumage. Once again, have not watched this one, but I have watched The Cat O' Nine Tails, which I've heard is kind of similar to this. So, book. Dario Argento. Now, I won't go through the booklet, though. So, make sure. Yeah, I've seen people review worse. Go. Uccello. How do you say that? Uccello Delle. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna butcher it. I'm not gonna butcher it. But if you can read that, cool. I mean, obviously it says The Bird with the crystal plumage. But there's that. And it's a box set, so hard case. Last box set. Paid $9 for this, and honestly, this is a really cool edition. Now, this is one that I'm gonna have to do a deep dive later because there is so much content with this, and for $9, it's worth it. We've got, can't really tell, but we've got Clint Eastwood Dirty Harry Ultimate Collector's Edition. That's what it comes with. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 movies. I think this is the book. Yeah. You got 4 movies. Wait, no, I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 movies. A hardback book. It's very thin. And it is. And then you get a box full of like posters and stuff. A wallet or like a badge. And then some other things. So, pretty cool box set. Glad I picked this up. It's only $9. We'll do a deep dive later on for that one for sure. Just because it's so sick. Alright, next up. Now, I do know this one just got a Blu-ray release, but I wanted to watch it before I paid for the Blu-ray release. And that's Dario Argento's Opera. I didn't pay too much for this, which I'm glad I didn't, because like I said, if not, I would have bought the Blu-ray one that they just released, and I think that's like $40, and I didn't pay but like $10 for this. So, I want to give it a shot, give it a watch, see if it's any. Next up, once again, I know this has a Steelbook Blu-ray, and I don't think it has a 4K, but I do know it has a Blu-ray, I think. I know it has Steelbook, so it has to have Blu-ray. But I saw this was the only one they had, it was only $3. Requiem for a Dream. Got Jared Leto, you will soon find out that I'm really bad with names. And I know a lot of other physical media channels will probably watch my channel and go, dude, learn your facts before you come on here and talk. And I get it. I get it's frustrating whenever somebody doesn't know what they're talking about. But I'm just really bad with names. So, I do know Jared Leto's in this. Let's see. Jennifer Connelly. Marlon Wayans. Jared Leto, and there was another one. Ellen Burstyn. So Ellen Burstyn, Jennifer Connelly, Jared Leto, and Marlon Wayans. So, excited to check this out. My wife actually wanted to watch this too, so it worked out. It works out whenever my wife wants to watch it too, but if whenever I want to watch it and it's just me, it's like World War III. So, alright, next up we got Salem's Lot, a steelbook for $20. This is in perfect condition. I do know that the HBO series just came out a little bit ago, and I'm really excited to check it out. I didn't really enjoy this one as much as I wanted to. It is not my favorite vampire movie. And it's nothing against Stephen King. This movie was well over 3 hours long, and that's what turned me off. It would have been different if they would have done like part 1, part 2, part 3, etc., etc. But this is well over 3 hours long. So that's what turned me off with this. There were some likable characters, but the story was just all over the place, and for 3 hours long, it bored me to tears. I bought it because it's alright. It's not the best movie I've seen, and because it's a steelbook. Which I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit for, like don't buy something if you don't enjoy it, but I like collecting steelbooks. They're cool. Next up is another one that just got a 4K release from Shout Factory, and I just chose to buy this one. 1, because it's $3. 2, because I've never seen it, and 3, because I've been really wanting to see this one. Whenever I found out that this had Anthony Hopkins and Quiet Place, Fall Guy, Emily Blunt, thank you, the back of this case. Whenever I found out that it had Anthony Hopkins and Emily Blunt in this, I was like, I've gotta watch this. And I've never seen it. I've never watched it, and it just got a 4K release from Shout Factory, and it blew up. Everybody was like talking about it and talking about how excited they were about it. And I was like, damn, I've never seen that one. So, obviously, picked it up, $3. So, better than paying like 30 and 40 for Shout Factories and then not liking it. So $3. If I like it, I can trade this back in and get the Shout Factory version. It works out in the end. Next up, we've got Signs. I only paid $7 for this. Once again, 4K, just got released. I've never seen it, so $7, might as well. Another M. Night Shyamalan movie, so probably going to be interesting. I've heard a lot of really good things about this one. I know it is like a cult classic with Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix. See, I got those names. And I think this even had, I believe it also had McLaughlin in it, right? Come on, don't fail me now. Mel Gibson, Joaquin. Wow, it actually doesn't have the kids' names on there. Well, there you go. But I'm pretty sure that was Kevin McLaughlin. Don't quote me on that, though. But excited to check that one out for the first time. Now, here is for $20, which is $10 cheaper than Mr. K's. Mr. K's wanted $30 for this, and I waited and waited and waited, and I finally found it at Mick K's for $20. So I can finally sit down and watch M. Night Shyamalan's Glass, Split, and Unbreakable all in one go. So, really excited for that. I have been dying to watch Split. James McAvoy, Anya Taylor-Joy. I mean, what else? What else could you ask for? So, I want to say no. I was going to say I think Mia Goth Split too, but I think it's just Anya Taylor-Joy and James McAvoy for, yeah. And then, of course, you've got Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson for Unbreakable and Glass. So, really excited to check this one out. We'll check these three out. That. Next up on the list, I only paid $2 for this. This was actually in the $2 bin, so who knows? But Dracula Untold. I just recently saw a clip of this online, and saw the trailer for it, and it actually looked really good. So excited to check this one out. Dracula Untold. Now, once again, I am sorry if the volume is a little loud. I'm actually going to go ahead and fix that really quick. Kind of just playing with things, seeing how things work out in this video, and then we'll go from there. Next up is World War Z with Brad Pitt. I only paid $2 for this one. I have seen this one, but it's been forever since I watched it. I think the last time I watched it's when it came out. And I thought this slipcover was really cool. So, went ahead and picked it up. Obviously, you got Brad Pitt on the inside. I've been watching a lot of Brad Pitt here lately. Just got done watching Seven not too long ago. Ended up loving it. And then there was a couple of other Brad Pitt movies. So, World War Z. Next one is a cult classic, according to physical media fans. So, I'm going to trust you guys. And it is Lucio Fulci's Zombie 2-disc Ultimate. Now, full story about this one. Once again, I've heard a lot of good things about it. I heard it's a cult classic. Heard it's really good upon the physical media fan base, etc., etc., etc. I walked in, and just like three other movies in this stack, there was like 20 different copies of this. Like, this same one, still sealed, like 20 different copies. So, we were talking, and me and one of the employees, and we think whoever traded these in ran a shop and just couldn't run it anymore, so they ended up just trading them in. But yeah, this was sealed, still in the shrink wrap and everything, and it wasn't that expensive, actually. I think it was like $20. Nothing too crazy. So, really excited to watch this. Zombie Now, I do believe that one is connected in some form or fashion to Night of Living Dead series. So, yeah. Don't quote me on that. Might be loosely. Once again, I don't know my info. I'm semi-new to this, so. And then next up we got Dario Argento's Demons. Now, once again, there is a 2-set on Amazon, or a 2-pack on Amazon for the first 2. But I've heard non-stop good things about this movie, and I really wanted to check it out. So, I ended up picking this up. It was in the shrink wrap as well. So, once again, another one that a lot of people, or apparently somebody was just like, I don't need it, I don't want it. So, went ahead and picked it up. Demons. Now I just gotta get the second one. That's a Synapse release too. Now I realize that. Huh. So they probably definitely ran a store or something if they're, have like a whole sealed copies of like Synapse and everything. Now next up, I was not anticipating this one, I will admit it. This is a movie that I kind of just saw and was like, holy shit, this looks really cool. Picked it up, did some, deeper diving into it, and it looks really cool. I do want to eventually watch, I know there is a live action movie somewhere out there, based on the same exact thing. That is Dante's Inferno. This is an animated, what is it called? Hold on. An animated epic. I only paid $5 for this, but it looks sick though. I haven't watched any trailers, I haven't watched any clips or anything, so I'm going in blind on this one. But it's Dante's Inferno, and it looks phenomenal. I mean, I could be wrong, it could be dog shit, who knows, but $5, I went ahead and picked it up, because why not? Next up, we got another $5 movie. This is The Orphanage by Guillermo del Toro. I don't even have to say anything about Guillermo del Toro. If you know, you know. If you're in the physical media fan base, you know him. And if you're not in the physical media fan base, you should know him as well. He made things like Pan's Labyrinth. I'm blanking. I'm not even gonna try. But he made a lot of like foreign films, like French films. I think this one is also French. I do know. Let me think. I think Pan's Labyrinth is French. But yeah, really excited to check this out. The audio says Spanish, so never mind. Might be. Yeah, I'm excited to check this out. I'm new to it, so I did see a clip on that one, so I'm not technically going in blind. I watched a clip on it, and then I watched a Shudder documentary. It was like 101 famous jump scares in movies, and there was actually one scene from that one that made the top 101, so I went ahead and picked it up. Next up is Fantasy Island for $4. Yeah, I do like the original TV series, but me and my wife did watch a clip not too long ago on this one, and it looked really good. Now, with that being said, it is a Blumhouse movie. 1. 2. Yeah, the cast does not look memorable. I think the only cast member that rings a bell is this dude right here. But other than that, the cast doesn't look memorable. It's Blumhouse, and that's it. Other than that, the trailer looks great. The trailer looked phenomenal. So me and my wife were really wanting to check this out, and now we get to. So, Fantasy Island. I wonder what I'm doing. This keeps popping up. Like I said, if it's really glitchy or really bad, I'm sorry. We'll fix that later on. And I will also get music eventually playing in these streams. So that way we're not talking about movies in awkward silence. Next up is another one that was sealed. Once again, Synapse. So whoever donated these definitely worked at a video store or some type of warehouse, but this was a sealed copy. Dario Argento's, that's another one that he came out with. The original Suspiria. Once again, this is a Synapse version. So, this is going to be a first watch for me. Really excited for this, though. I have been anticipating this one. I've seen clips and everything, and the song is so good. Like the theme, is it theme song? We're going to call it the theme song, but the theme song for this movie is really good. It's very memorable. When you hear it, you hear it. Really excited about this. And if I like this one, then I'll buy the remake with Mia Goth and... See, I'm really bad with names. I need to put, like, sticky notes on my computer when I do these. But yeah, if I like this one, I'll watch the remake. Next up, we got a Nicolas Cage movie. The second time Nick Cage pops up in this stream. It is Season of the Witch. Dallas. I know nothing about this movie. All I know is Nick Cage is one of my favorite actors, and Ron Perlman. I was so close that time. Ron Perlman and Nick Cage. So, I mean, can't go any wrong. I mean, Season of the Witch. Sounds interesting. Next up, we've got Oculus for $6. This one had a slip with it. This was on my to-watch list, so I had to pick it up regardless. That's how it works. If it's on my watch list, I have to pick it up. If it's not, it's kind of a, 50-50. But really excited to watch this one. I mean, the cast is memorable for this one. It's got, let's see here. Oh wow, this one actually doesn't say the actors' names. Wow. But anywho, we got the dude that played Robin in the Titans DC series. That's the best I got. And then, I think he was also in a war movie as well. And then you got the one from Jumanji who also played what's her name from Guardians of the Galaxy? Guardians of the Galaxy, the blue one. Yeah, I'm blanking, but yeah. So at least two characters that are memorable. So who knows? That's the way I look at some of these movies. Like if the cast is memorable, then maybe it has a chance of being good. But there is that slight off chance that. Next up, we've got Shudder for $3. I have watched clips, I have watched videos, but now that I'm looking at this, and now that I'm really letting this one soak in, I don't think this is the same one that I thought it was. Yeah, because now that I'm looking at this one looks like the American version of the Japanese version. So, I think I just screwed myself over and ended up getting the wrong version. Because I actually really wanted to watch the Japanese version. I didn't want to watch the American version. I didn't even know there was American. I guess I do now. So, I'll give it a watch. If I don't like it, great. If not, But since I found out that that's the American version, I am going to go try to find the Japanese version. Yeah, it says 2008, so it's probably. Next up, we've got Leonardo DiCaprio. That's just how I say his name, so don't get offended. $5 for Shutter Island. I know nothing about this one. Fun fact, I actually didn't pick this one. My wife did. She pulled it off the shelf, was like, it's $5, I've been wanting to watch this, and threw it in the buggy. So, once again, whenever you feed your bad habits onto your partner, you kind of have to learn and live. So, you know, whenever I pick up a movie and throw it in the bug, it's like, it's cool because it's me. But whenever my wife does it, I'm like, I created a monster. I have to live with that. So, alright, next up is also fitting because the trailer for 28 Years Later just dropped, and there's already a lot of talk about it. So funny I was able to pick this one up. Also funny, I think this is not an American version. I think this is, it's not a bootleg. At least I hope it's not. But I do not think this is... Yeah. 28 Weeks Later. I already own 28 Days Later on Blu-ray. So I went ahead and picked this one up. And then, like I said, 28 Years Later just got a trailer dropped. And it's already the talk of the century. Because they think Jim is a zombie. So, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I actually have never seen 28 Weeks Later. I've only seen 28 Days Later. And I didn't think it was too scary. I didn't think it was too bad. It was a good movie, though. But I didn't think it was too scary. 8 weeks later. Oh, good God, we still got quite a lot, guys. I'm sorry. We're already at the hour mark. Next up is an Arrow release that I have been wanting to watch, for quite some time, since I've started collecting, actually. And I only paid $16 for this, and it's an Arrow release, so $16 isn't bad for an Arrow release. Granted, there's no slip, but I can live with that. But that is Edge of the Axe. I also really like this artwork on here. Some really good artwork. But I haven't picked that up. Oh, so that one. Wow, so that one actually focuses, but every other one that I've shown doesn't focus. That's cool. Alright, the next one is a Kino Classics, which I just now realized that. Holy crap. This is another one that was sealed that there was like 20 copies of. It's a Kino Classic. I know nothing about. Quite literally. This one... So, funniest story about this one, I know nothing about this. I've never seen a trailer, I've never seen clips, I've never seen anybody talk about it, I've never heard anybody talk about it, and, once again, funny story, I was just walking through, and, one of the employees was walking by with a stack of them to put on the shelf, and I was like, what's that one? And he was like, oh, it's you know, what I'm about to show you. And I was like, okay, cool. He's like, do you want a copy? I was like, is it horror? He was like, yeah. I was like, sure, why not? I think it was only like $5 anyhow. So, which is literally funny considering the title is $5 for an August moon. Now, once again, no, absolutely nothing about this one. I've never heard of it. I quite literally just picked it up because there was like 20 copies, and I was like, why not? So, I guess we'll check it out. I didn't even read the synopsis for Oh. Holy crap, dude. Hold up. Holy crap. Okay. So I'm gonna read the synopsis. Me and my wife just got done watching the Agatha Christie movies, the Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, and Haunting in Venice. And we ended up liking those movies so much that she ended up getting the books to read, and she was wanting to get more Agatha Christie books. I just read the back of this, and the first thing that popped out to me was Agatha Christie. And this is what $5 for an August moon is about. $5 for an August moon is Mario Bava's deliriously mod spin. Weird phrasing, but okay, deliriously mod spin on an Agatha Christie style whodunit. Bava was so closely associated with the horror genre that this twisting mystery was never released theatrically in the US. but it deliciously entertaining all the same. Oh, but it is. Okay, I was like, this phrasing on here is really weird, though. A space-age island retreat is visited by a group of friends and business associates, one of whom is a scientist who has invented a revolutionary chemical process and is fending off various offers to buy it. Soon the vacationers start dying, and the souvenirs begin to wonder. Oh, the survivors. I saw souvenirs. I need to turn my lamp back on. And the survivors begin to wonder who has the most to gain from these murders most foul. Anything but a drawing room mystery, Baba's erotic thriller is enlivened by its psychedelic set design, a hip score by Hiro Umi. Good God, that name. And a swinging performance by Giallo goddess Edwidge French. All the colors of the dark. Ooh. That sounds cool. There you go. So, I'm glad I picked that one up, actually. That sounds really good. Alright. Next one up is another Synapse film, also sealed, also 20 copies. Which is one I've been wanting to watch, another Dario Argento film, Tenebrae. I do know this has a 4K on Arrow, but I just wanted to go ahead and pick this up. It was stupid cheap, so I want to go ahead and pick it up and give it a watch. Yeah, and I do believe most of the Synapse ones that I've showed. Okay, this one doesn't have reversible art. I think Suspiria had reversible art, but that one didn't. Alright, next up is a Ozzie Davis and a Bruce Campbell film. This one has a 4K. This one is actually the Shout Factory version. But Shout Factory also released a 4K of this. Bubba Hotep. Now, I have really been wanting to watch this one. I have anticipated this one for a while. Bruce Campbell automatically sold me. He gets put in a retirement home. He's a what is it called? Elvis impersonator. And the dude that he's with thinks that he's JFK. And so they're in a retirement home, and then it hits the fan. So let me make sure that it's JFK. I think it is, but okay, so it doesn't say the other dude. It just says Bruce Campbell as Elvis impersonator. So there you go. Comedy. Alright, just a quick one, $2. Terminator Genesis. I don't have to say much about that one because I've already explained it. Alright, next up we got $24. This is Vestron. Without a slip, unfortunately, but I wanted to upgrade to a Blu-ray. Maximum Overdrive. Love, love, love this movie. If you've never seen Maximum Overdrive, give it a check. It's phenomenal. Honestly, with all these Cybertrucks and all these like self-driving vehicles, this is what I see the future. I see cars turning against humans and running people off the road and throwing soda cans at people and lawnmowers running people over. This is how I see the future if we keep going. But no, really good Stephen King movie. Give it a watch if you haven't. It really is worth it. I will tell you that. It's a little bit slow, but it's cool. The next one is $3. I literally just picked this up because, well, two reasons. I've never seen it. And the second reason is because the steelbook is really cool, and for $2, $3 you cannot pass it up. So we got Warcraft. Once again, really cool steelbook. If you play the games, you get the symbols, you understand it, but once again, $3 for this wasn't terrible. And I have been wanting to get more into like fantasy. I've been wanting to expand my horizons. I've been on a horror kick for a very, very, very long time now, and I was collecting nothing but horror. But here lately, me and my wife were talking, and I need to expand my horizons. So I'm trying to get into like classics. I'm trying to get into like older black and white movies, westerns, fantasy. I've never seen Lord of the Rings, never seen Hobbit. Go ahead and shit all over me, I know. Horrible. You've never seen classics, but yeah, I'm excited to see this just because like the whole fantasy type deal. But I do know games to movies usually don't work. So I don't know if this will be any good, but $3 for a steelbook, can't complain. And I mean, you could always, like, if they did a physical release for Warcraft, you could take that steelbook, put the game in there, and just get rid of the movie. Next up, next up, we've got a war movie. We got Dunkirk for $4. Really excited to check this one out. This was, got Tom Holland in it. This is one of those war movies on my list for a while. But I've been so blinded by horror movies that I kind of put it to the side and ignored it. But, really excited to check this one out. I did see a clip, I want to say this year at some point of this movie, and it looks really good. And that's what sucks is like I've been on a horror kick for so long that I was so blinded by horror that I wasn't looking for other movies, even though I've seen clips, I've seen trailers, and these movies are good. Like, they look really good. But I never got myself out of my comfort zone to watch them. So, Dunkirk. About just knocked that whole entire terrifying. Alright, next up is another war movie. We got quite a few war movies in a row, but this is not Donnie. Which Wahlberg? I get them mixed up. Mark Wahlberg. Okay, I get the Wahlberg brothers mixed up. There's two. I think it's Donnie and Mark that look just alike, and it's kind of scary. And then you have the other one that doesn't even look like. So, but this one is a Mark Wahlberg movie. We got Lone Survivor, based on true acts of courage. Really excited. Voice crack. Sorry, guys. Really excited to see this one. It even has the Walmart sticker on there. $25. I only paid $2 per slip. That there. This was in the $2 bin, but really wanted to watch it, so I picked it up. $2 ain't too bad. There's the back. And I know I'm repeating myself quite a lot, but seriously, if there's any like features on here that you guys want to see more in depth, we will do a deeper dive into later. Next up, got another war movie, American Sniper, for $2. Went ahead and picked it up. Why not? Now, I don't believe there's any memorable faces that I can tell on this one. Oh, Bradley Cooper. Ignore me. Sienna Miller and Bradley Cooper. American Sniper. Now, there is one I don't think I got. I'll actually go ahead and show it off. I was really wanting to watch this one. I'm so glad I found it. This is another Brad Pitt movie, Fury. I've really been wanting to watch this. I don't know why. It's standing out to me. And so whenever I found it for $4 with a slip, I was like, I gotta grab that. So yeah, Fury. So I really am getting into war movies. I got quite a few war movies. Alright, next up is one that I technically got for myself, but I also got it so my mom and dad could watch it because we just talked about it before we went to McKay's. We talked about it a couple days ago. And we talked about how we wanted to watch this one, and I actually saw the trailer on one of the I actually saw the trailer on one of the horror movies, which is weird. No. Might have been Mean Girls. But there was one movie that I watched and it showed this trailer, and I was like, that's actually, like, I've heard of it, and I've seen clips in the trailer in the past, like in the past. But when I saw this on the shelf, I was like, we just got done talking about that like a couple days ago, and I actually do want to watch this. And it is saving Mr. Banks. It is the story of Walt Disney and girl that wrote Mary Poppins. So, Tom Hanks and John Lee Hancock. So, decided to give that a watch. It's a Disney movie. So, you know, there's going to be a couple tears shed. Alright, next up we got Snow White and the Huntsman. Only paid $2. Obviously, Kristen Stewart, Charlie Theron, and Chris Hemsworth. Charlize Theron. Sorry, and Chris Hemsworth. For $2. And I have been talking about this when I have been wanting to watch it, so it has been on my watch list for a little bit. Not too bad. Next up was just for shits and giggles. I do own this on DVD, so I went ahead and put my DVD copy to the side so I can trade it in later. $2 with a slip. Got Ted. Back. And let's see, another Mark Wahlberg movie. Once again, it's weird to see Mark, and you know it's funny. Ow! It's funny how he can go from like being comedic to a very serious movie. Like it's weird in a way, but he makes it work, which makes it even weirder. But anywho, Ted, after I bash my elbow to the desk. Ouch. Alright. Next up we got Planet of the Apes. $11. I think this is another Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, another Mark Wahlberg movie. So we got a serious war movie, a comedic teddy bear movie, and a sci-fi ape movie. I seriously didn't plan that, but okay. Next up for $13, which I know is kind of pricey. They did have the 4K for like $8, but since it was $8, I checked it and it was scratched all the shit. I knew it would not play. So this one was in a protector for $13 for Blu-ray, which kind of sucks. I could have got the 4K for cheaper, but I went ahead and picked up Injustice, the animated movie. I love the games. I hope they do a third game here pretty soon, but if not, the first and second one are really good. But I've never seen this. I've never seen like the movie. I'm assuming it's word for word the game, but I don't know. Pick that up. Excited to watch it. Alright, let me try to skim through these. We're almost done, guys, I promise. Next up we got Social Network. This is an Eisenberg and Garfield movie. I actually, now that I read that, that's that one. I did see the trailer for this, and I actually was wanting to watch this. So this technically isn't a blind buy. I really wanted to watch this, and it was only $2. So I went ahead and picked it up. And I can't remember exactly what it's about, but I do remember watching the trailer and actually wanting to watch it. So, Social Network. And then last but not least, I do know that I got that box set. I understand I got the box set that had Dirty Harry in it. But this is the media book for Clint Eastwood's Dirty Harry. I want to go ahead and get this because I do own another media book. I own the Clockwork Orange one. So I think eventually I am going to try to do media books. I think it'd be kind of cool to own those and have them like side by side type deal. But media books are cool. I like the idea of them. You got the movie, and then you got a little booklet. It's pretty cool. Alright, and then we're gonna skim through these. Got season 1 of Attack on Titans, which my friend, I know this I was gonna speak through this, I'm sorry. My friend has been hating all over me for not wanting, or not watching. I have wanted to watch Attack on Titans. It's just, with everything else going on, with like trying to catch up on movies that I haven't seen, trying to like play games I haven't played, it's just a lot, you know. And then with working 12 hours, but I'm finally caving, and I finally am gonna sit down and watch the entire Attack on Titans, which I've got 1 through 4. Well, 1 through 3, and then part 4 is like split up into 2 parts, but finally got all 4 of them for a reasonable price. The first season, $37, which is it's better than 50 because I have seen this entire series, like one alone, I have seen go for like $50. Kid you not. So paid $37 for season 1. Season 2 with a slip paid $20. I don't think I showed the first one. There's the first one. Season 2 slip cover $20. Season 3 without slip paid $28. I know that was a very loud sigh. And then final season part 1 and 2 for $20. So 10 apart. So finally going to be watching those. Finally going to be diving into them. So now he can back off my back, and so can everybody else. Because I have had other people be like, "You've never seen Attack on Titan?" I'm like, I've seen Dragon Ball. I've seen Dragon Ball Z partially. And then I've watched Death Note entirely, Beastars. I can't remember what else I watched, but yeah, I've seen like a couple of animes. But I do, just like everything else, I do want to get into animes. It's just a matter of finding the time and being able to like squeeze that in, because animes are a whole series, whereas a movie is just one movie. So, next up is technically my mom's. This is her birthday present. Not birthday present, Christmas present. But I am going to borrow it from her whenever she gets done watching it. I'm going to borrow it from her, and I might eventually try to find it for myself, because this is one that me and my mom used to watch all the time together. And it's by Stephen King. That's Under the Dome. Really good movie. Like I said, me and her used to watch this all the time together. We actually watched episode 1. And then as it got more and more into it, I ended up drifting away from it. But from what I remember, it's pretty good. Like, it's a good series. But this is one of Stephen King's, like, where he had to put it into a show, or like multiple parts. So, and we did end up getting her the book as well. So we got her the book, and we got her this for Christmas. So, as both. And then last but not least, I'm going to skim through these because, yes, I'm just going to say the prices, say the season, show off the front, show off the back, put it to the side. Game of Thrones, 1 through 8, I believe. Yes, Game of Thrones, 1 through 8, Blu-ray, individual. I do know this has a box set. I do know that box set is $80. But you will find out soon enough that this was the cheaper route. It takes up more shelf space, but this was the better route, and honestly, box sets are really cool. So, with that being said, Season 1, $3. Kid you not, Blu-ray. I did check the discs, and they are in pristine condition. So, Season 1. Season 2, $5. Season 3, $3. Look at that slip, though. Damn. Sick slip. Season 4, $5. Season 5, $8. Once again, that's sick. I don't realize that with all these, all the backs. This one I wish I would have got a different version, but it's whatever. Season 6, $10. Got the lenticular on that one. Like I said, not a fan of that, like J card type deal, but Season 7, $12. Oh, we got a glare. Winter is here. Now, that one is DVD. We weren't able to find the Blu-ray for this one, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the series, watch this one, and then I'll probably trade this one in and get the Blu-ray for this season. So, but I just got it just so that I could watch it, and then I can replay. And then last but not least, Season 8, $20. I didn't think was terrible, considering... Okay, it is a slip. I didn't think it was terrible, considering I think this is the final season, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, feel free. I'm not going to get offended, but $20 for Season 8, debossed, embossed, that texture. So, Season 1 through 8, I've not started I've not started collecting House of Dragon yet, because I haven't watched these yet. This and Attack on Titans I have never seen. They are two series that I've wanted to watch, and I've kind of just kept holding off and holding off and holding off, until finally I was like, I'm gonna get them, I'm gonna watch them. I do need to add that up and see if that is true, but like I said, they did have the Blu-ray box set. They had about two or three of the Blu-ray box sets, but they were like $80 used. So whenever me and my wife were going through and we found each individual season, and they were like $3, $5, $8, so I was like, why not? So yeah, it's got to be cheaper, because even though Season 8's $20, but that is it, you guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. Once again, I know that the stream is probably really bad. I know that it's probably really glitchy. I know it's probably really fuzzy and furry. But this is just a test run to see how it does. Once again, I am going to go back and delete my previous video, and then I'm going to do another video basically explaining what we're going to end up doing, just so that you guys are in the know. But if I do not come back, we will every once in a while do a haul video, and I will showcase and do unboxings and stuff. But for the time being, stick with me, and let's see where it goes. If it works out and this works out and I get the views, you know, like I said, if it works out, great. If not, I might just do it just to do it, just to have things logged, because I am one of those people that love doing videos just so that I can go back and be like, oh, I bought that, or I bought that, or I bought that then, or I bought that then. So I like doing that. That way I can go back and actually, you know, keep up with it. So if you guys did enjoy, smash that like button, comment what it was your favorite item out of this stack, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That being said, you guys for watching. See you guys in the next